Well, welcome back to another edition of SNG Experience. This week we're going to be working on the Nautilus almost exclusively and some makeup effects stuff. We need to get the Nautilus done next so we can start working on our movie project. So it's going to be a fun week though. No Enterprise, as you can see it's down there underneath the cover waiting for its big unveiling that we're going to have here in signing or christening for the Science Fiction Museum in Washington, D.C. There's Rosie patiently waiting. But let's get on with the show and have some fun. And welcome back. It's SNG Experience, and we are here on a Wednesday. Yeah, we didn't even start shooting video footage until Wednesday because I've been working on the Nautilus a lot. Now I'm going to take you upstairs and show you what's going on with that. Plus we have Giselle working on the Planet of the Apes makeup, and we have Jen working on the Spock ears for Paul Forrest. And other interesting things going on around the studio. So let's get on with this week. And for a lot of you who are new to our channel, I thought I'd show you around a bit. I haven't done that for a while, have I, Mary? No, I haven't. Well, this is our captain's chair. Yep, I built this, geez, what, going on 5 years ago. And I had some help towards the end with the upholstery from Ted Alexander, who you now know as Uncle Ted, my dear friend, our dear friend. Various models that I have built over the years for myself as well as for other people. Our edit bay, where we edit our movies and our show and do special effects and CGI. I have two HALs, thanks to Randy Newbert. I've got that one. This is my Nautilus, which is fully functional, means it dives and surfaces and it's radio control. And I'm building another one upstairs, of course, as you know. And other models, the old Lunar Discovery, oh god, there's so many of them. The Battlestar from Badass, the JJ Mobile, which the nacelles are off on right now, because they make a racket. Of course, thanks to Doug Drexler, I own one of these from the movie Star Trek, the first motion picture, Star Trek The Motion Picture. And of course this is from molds made off the original. And so I'm really glad to have that. Various props everywhere, models, Voyager, yes, and my friend Jeff sent me this beautiful model here of the Stargazer, which we built not too long ago. There is the Star Trek First Contact gun, radio-controlled Seaview, radio-controlled Type 7, radio-controlled Gato, lots of rockets I scratch-built. This lovely model of the TWA rocket from Disney, which I put a whole interior in, lit up the portholes and the engines, and it's really, really neat. Mars Attacks, of course. There's so many other things. This tank actually functions. It's another tank I built. And all kinds of interesting things here. Our dear friend Ken Palco gave us an original all-metal, real metal gun, wood stocked hero gun from first season of Battlestar Galactica, signed by Apollo and Starbuck. And thanks to Adam Nimoy for giving me this wonderful signed picture from his father's collection that his dad signed for when he visited our studio and we did work on his documentary For the Love of Spock. In fact, there's a set of the original ears I did for the first motion picture. Of course, our Zephyrin Cochrane statue, which we actually have available. Some of these things you're seeing we actually have on our website. They're available. This is a mold made off of Doug's original. We had full permission from Doug and Dorothy to do this with the simulated marble base. All kinds of cool hand props. These three right here came from Uncle Ted, which I just love. This one from Ken Palco, which is a concept phaser that was shown to Abrams as an alternative to use over the ones they're using now because it looks closer to the original. Ted did an incredible job on that. I thank him so much for that. a Captain James T. Kirk himself, or Jim Kirk tricorder from the mid-70s is when they got this from him, and it's very, very close to what they originally liked. And so much other stuff, and just wonderful artwork. This of course, is a very rare 2001 lobby card that's 3D. There are only a few of these in existence, and so much more. I could go on forever. Radio-controlled airplanes and models galore. And thank you, Joe Melvin, for this and for that. Here's Mary's office and also gallery, where we've got a lot of her artwork here. One of mine. Steve's. Yeah, one of mine. There's another one there, and her lovely photographs that she makes and does. Our kitchen, more of her beautiful photography, which is crooked here on the wall. And this is our kitchen, and that's our little place. And then it opens up back to here, and which is, you know, all work area. My beloved sports car, which I've been storing in here. Yes, it runs. It's in perfect operating condition. I'm just keeping it off the street. Very high ceilings, slot car set, train track on the way. More model airplanes that function, that I fly, because they have a nice look down at the slot car track. I have not finished it yet. It's functional. Haven't finished the train set either. It's also functional. And then in here is another work area that we have, where we do costuming over here. Mary's workstation is over here. It's a bit cluttered right now because I'm in the process of building this Nautilus for my friend Steve Fisher, who was one of the pilots of this beautiful airplane right here, the SR-71 Blackbird. Now retired, of course, but nevertheless, this is what I'm working on. And so this is what we're going to start working on now. Now that I got all the hookups done on this, I did them yesterday, and I have to clean up a lot of this stuff, but it's very solid. This stuff goes off rather quickly, so I need to build more material around it, more material around that, and clean it up, make it look nice. But what I need to do is remove this and get all the electronics working inside, hook up all the servos and everything, and make sure everything's working really well. As you can see, the servos will move the various control surfaces. So let's hook this up and get it going. And that's a more up-to-date tour of the one we have on our website, but I thought you guys might like to take a look around. We have a lot of new people, and we really appreciate that watching the show. Thank you so much for your support. So let's get on. So our radio is on. I know what a lot of you are thinking when watching this. An old Futaba PCM? Really? Why not a 2.4 gigahertz, Steve? This is an argument that sometimes drives me crazy. I'll tell you why. It doesn't work underwater. 2.4 is block going underwater. It's also block going around behind a building sometimes, so it's only good line of sight. So if it's underwater, we have no signal. Submarine goes to the bottom, lose submarine. So we have to use older FM radios, and this is a very good one. This is a 8-channel radio, I believe, and it's got every bell and whistle known to man. But yes, in the module, it's on channel 10. We just had to put flags in the pole so we wouldn't get shot down, but for submarines they work great. Now we've got our dive planes, which this is so overkill. We do not need that much. Then we have the rudder. You can never have enough rudder. In fact, I can get some more when I knock that arm off, because you'll see that it's hitting that arm. So, but I mean, that's a substantial amount of rudder, and it's very smooth. We've got 4 dive planes. Now I don't have a Y connector, which connects to this same channel here. And so I have to get a Y connector. I have to go into town. But I did hook it up to another channel to see if it's working, and it is working. So, and it's moving it way too much, which is why you're seeing that flipping action there. So I might actually add some thicker cable in there for that. Our pump is working. You're not supposed to run it when it's dry. So we know everything's working. I don't have the APC hooked up yet, which is the automatic leveling system for the boat, which keeps the diplanes at neutral. But I need another connector to go into that, and then from this connector back to here, and then that'll work just fine. So I need 2 connectors, but everything I did really works out good. And I know what you're saying. What about the propeller, Steve? There we go. No dog bones. A little bit of vibration, not too much. There's reverse. Tiny bit, but nothing bad. It's not going to cause any problems at all. So I'm not going to use the dog bone. I figure why bother. And everything's no noise coming from it, so. And this is running at almost 12 volts. I'm not quite there. But the system will run on less than 12, so. Very, very smooth operation all the way around, so I'm very pleased with that. So. And it's pretty quiet. So. Everything's working great on this. I can now proceed ahead and start building the rest of the model itself. I did put these plates in here, which keep it from rotating, or moving front and back, or rotating in here under torque, but there doesn't seem to be any of that. All we need to do is get a strap that goes over this, which will probably be just rubber bands, which works fine. Big, thick, heavy rubber bands, a couple hooks there. Holds it in position. As it is, it doesn't want to go anywhere anyway. It's so snug in position. So that worked out really, really well. And over here we have Giselle.
Hey.
Who's working on the Roddy McDowell Cornelius appliance, which is really, really starting to look just like him. No, it's great. It really is. And over here, Jen was here today, and she finished the Spock ears for Paul Stewart. So when she comes back next Tuesday, we're going to make a mold in these, and Paul, if you're watching, at long last, you will have your ears and then some. So that's so cool. It is. What do you think? You like it?
It's starting to look like it more now.
Yeah.
Now that has the bottom part.
Yeah.
Mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely does. Oh boy, I can't wait to get a bunch of stuff stuck to my face again. That's terrific. I just love how slow this prop will turn. This is so cool. This is my favorite part, is bringing these things to life. I wouldn't want to stick my finger in that. This is so smooth. So what I'm doing now is I've got this brass bearing in there. I've got another brass bearing in here. And the way this works is that the top goes on. We've got a flange back there that fits under that shelf, keeps the back end down, and then the rake goes in there, and well, actually it goes through here first, and that goes through this part here, which I have to lock down better. There's more material over it. And that holds the whole thing together. It cannot come apart. That's how mine is. And if you need to get in here really quick, you can without undoing a bunch of screws. Now that I've done that, I can go ahead and seam everything up really nice and finalize this hole and how it fits together. I have some filling to do in here. And yes, I know this is Bondo, and I understand that it's not really waterproof, which really means is that the adhesion of this material to this material is not the best, but in this case, this is polyester, and I'm going to seal it so it'll be fine, because this is the only way that I could put in some plastic wrap, do one side, then do the other, and get them to come apart. You can see the signs of that. Now I need to put some dental acrylic over this, which is waterproof, and a little bit over this, and that should seal it up really good. I did this on mine, and I never had a problem with it being not being waterproof. So, and either is 5-minute epoxy. So I use 30-minute epoxy, Z-epoxy, and I use West Systems microfibers to fill it with, make a nice thick putty up with, which I'll be putting over these areas here, where I file them down in here, and oh, there's my level. I wonder where that was. This thing is actually sitting level. This is level to the cut of the hull, so it's going to be really easy to use the APC and get the auto leveling system working really well. So let's see, what else? Well, what I'm going to do next is start adding some parts, but I got to first seal this down a bit, strengthen it a bit more with some dental acrylic. So here's Giselle's Planet of the Apes appliance, which is just about done, and Monday we're going to put the overflows on it so that we can then make the mold. The top
excited.
Piece. Yeah, me too. It's going to be, this is really amazing looking at this because I did so many of these when I first started in makeup effects, and it's really kind of neat to go take a trip down memory lane. It really does look like the Cornelius appliances. They're not exact, but the only way I was able to get them exact back in the day is to have the real thing in my hands, which I did have eventually. This is an orange peel texture. Still got to soften up some of these lines a little bit, but it's really, really quite good. I think you've done a great job all the way around. Yeah, like this is my side. I need to take down some of these furrows somewhat, but that's only going to take a minute to do. You see the lips came out really nice the way you did the wrinkles in the lips. Really nice. This is going to be so cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
And over here, oh boy, the Nautilus. As you know, I put the flange in there, and now I have to fill that little gap, which is not too bad. And of course, this comes right out, and this is what locks it in so it can't open up. And when you take that out, you can open it up, and you close it, and that's that. Now, of course, I have to fill all this and make it look nice, but that's no big deal. I'm going to do the lighting in the wheelhouse on Monday. I got to fill these gaps in here where we have the big warp problems, but that's really not going to be a big deal. I was just seeing how these are going to look when they go on. I got to cut this open so I can put in the skate, not the skate. Geez, I can't. I'm drawing a blank. The lifeboat. I think it is the skate. You can see down here that I've added what they give you these, which is kind of neat. These panels to put on the tail. And of course you can see down here how well that cleans up that horrible hole down there, and yet everything still moves just fine. I can get the servo to react to me. I can't go in the other way. I shouldn't do that anyway, but you can see how well and clean that is. I still have to add another strip of these rivets, which I have, that will go right across that and clean that up, that opening. Really nice. So next week I'm going to add all the rest of the parts. These do just squeeze on and squeeze off. There will be a gap under there, but you'll never see it, you know. And this is a submarine to be functional, to be used and played with at the ponds and at the regattas and submarine events, and not so much to be, you know, a perfect canon version of the sub, which it's not. The angle is just not canon. It's really close. It really looks great. There's a lot of things that are not scale about it. So this has basically been made as a model radio controlled submarine. So we can make allowances with it. So more on this on Monday. And thanks so much for your support. We love you here at SNG, and we'll see you again next week for more fun.